It's Sunday. Stashcast! So, for those of you who are new and don't know who I am, I'm Aradia Noiri. I'm your resident witch and creatrix over to Radia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And, so here's the shtick. On Sundays, I try to do a Stashcast. Generally speaking, I try to get pictures up ahead of time and you don't have to wait and all this other stuff. So, that's not what happened. We're in the midst a pandemic and we are quarantined here. The littles won't be in school for at least 2 weeks. We'll see how that works. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm always home anyway, so I'm not currently noticing anything different. I'm sure I will have something different to say at the end of the week. So anyway, yeah, but it's a Stashcast. Now this is a little off the cuff. I'm just going to kind of roll with it, mostly because I want to get this video recorded so I can work on putting it up, and I can't do that until it's up. So there you go. So we're gonna do a few things. So the first thing is I'm actually gonna skip a yarn to show you because I did not find it and it was the last one and I forgot. And I'm gonna skip another one a little later on because I don't have any left. But I'll tell you which ones they are and you'll see pictures below. So don't worry. Don't worry. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do this because we don't want any weird noises in the background. Hope that works. We'll find out. Alright, so, we're talking about bulky yarn today, which, I have about 22 skeins worth, it says. Now, one of them, the skein has got multiple colors, that's all, like, kind of weird braided together, so it's technically more than 22 colors, but, you know, potato, right? Let's see, I'm realizing that I have no idea, I didn't make the thing yet, like, I'm grossly unprepared. Oh well, I'm just gonna fucking roll with it, right? Or try to. If anything will work, that's cool. Nothing wants to work. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, okay, so here's the whole thing about stash. When you're an artist, when you're a creative, especially if you work in textiles, you have stash. Now, jewelry makers have stash, okay? People who do basically any and all sorts of art, you've got stash, honey. I'm sorry, you've got it. Unless you just started, you probably have stash. And stash is just, it's a collection of your usually materials, not always. I do have some tool stashes, one of which I had requested, or I got the idea to share earlier after talking to one of my lovely patrons. So I'll be sharing that later being the operative word of in the future at some point. So, yeah, but the whole thing about stash is just your collection of materials. Now, a lot of people talk about destashing, stash busting, scrap busting, things like that, and that's working through your stash. So what happens is, you know, you begin the craft, you start getting into the art, and then all of a sudden you have all these materials that you're not really sure how you got. I know exactly how I got mine. There's no doubt. Although I gotta tell you, it's hard to believe I have as much yarn as I do, but since I've cataloged virtually all of it, there's a couple of skeins that haven't been cataloged. But since I've cataloged virtually all of it, I know I'm not imagining. I know that I'm not overestimating because I have a 1-to-1 picture of like everything. And it's like, you have no comment on how much yarn it is. It's a lot though. That's okay. It's okay. It all has plans. So it's not just sitting there. Although this is the least planned of the yarn I think I have. Because I don't do a lot of stuff with bulky yarn. So, yeah, bulky yarn is what it is. And bulky yarn is a 5-weight yarn. It means it's heavier than worsted, not as heavy as super bulky. Super bulky is stuff like the Lion brand Wool East Thick and Quick, the really squishy stuff. It's not the biggest yarn because now we have Jumbo, which is number 7. And I want to say I have talked about my Jumbo yarn stash, maybe. And I definitely talked about my super bulky yarn stash. And what I will do in the links below is I will link to those so you can see those if you'd like to check out those portions of my stash. Is that everything? Yeah. So, in general, a lot of times bulky yarn is used for shawls, outerwear, accessories, cowls, hats, mitts, leg warmers, just things where it being extra thick is not a problem. You can certainly use it for some decor things, but you know, you want to take your fiber content into account when you make that decision. What I'm using it for, glancing at it, I've got some lucet yarn, bunch of shawls, some doll hair, lucet cowls, bag. And that's pretty much it. And some that I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. So we'll walk through some of it, and I'll share some of my ideas for why I have it, why I bought it, and just kind of go through it. So we're gonna try and go through it in the order that's on my Ravelry. I'm trying to think of what I've used so far. Okay, the double G, my lucet yarn I can share with you. I think that's pretty much it, like, as far as things that I am aware of. So, the first one, we're actually skipping. This is yarn by Apocalypse Friday. It is their bulky merino, and it's called, what is it called? Dr. Donna. And it is, it looks like a red, white, and blue mix. I actually won it in a contest. It is Maya though. I'm not really sure where that yarn has gotten off to. That I don't have any specific plans for. It's a single skein, which usually a single skein of bulky. You can usually get a hat out of that. But that's pretty much it. That's the other thing. A lot of this, because it's bulky yarn, you just can't get but so much out of it if you don't have like a ton of it. So there's that. Now, next up is this. Okay. So this is, we got a little weirdness going on. I have my suspicions as to what it is, but I'm not super sure. Anyway, this is a donation yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. There's a really good chance I'm going to lucet weave this. Probably a loose weave and just weave it all together. Sew the ends together. Maybe tie them with something. I'm not sure quite what at this point. Yeah, and that's it. This is gonna be lucet woven. I like it. It's those are fun colors. They're like orangey yellow, which is funny because I don't like orange or yellow or pink. I know. I got pink on my feet too. Then, speaking of lucet yarns, that is what these are going to turn into. So these are also going to be lucet necklaces. I think, again, I'm going to work these by themselves. And a lucet, think of a lucet cord as a 2-stitch I-cord. That's basically what it is. So these are small batch yarn. So like this is all the yarn I got. I really like it though. I know I don't like pink, but I really like this. So it's obnoxiously colored. So those are likely to be kept by me as well. The first one, the orange, yellow, pink business, we're not sure. Okay, the next one I want to skip is the Karen Pantone. It's called Morning Blues. That's the name of the colors. You'll see it below. That is part of my Morning Blues Shawl. That is currently hibernated because I need to get a lot more yarn. That was me. I'm gonna just willy-nilly substitute yarn. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. It's a terrible idea. It doesn't ever work out. That's the thing. So yeah. Learn from my mistakes. Don't do it. It's a trap. Okay. This next yarn, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of hate this yarn. I found one use for it that I don't despise. All the rest of it can just, and mostly it's because of what it's made of. It's a chenille. is in it, and it's just a very fussy yarn. It unravels very easily. It's very pretty, and it comes in some wonderful colors, but the yarn is just fussy. And I find I do not like to crochet with it. It's almost as annoying to crochet with as boucle is for me. I hate boucle. So we've got this is a donation. This doesn't have any plans. Again, this is like a skein. It's not a whole lot, so I don't know exactly what this is going to turn into when it grows up. I'm not super sure. We've got this one and this one. So this one was used in something, a doll, I think. This was used in my double G yarn. This is what's left over. This might end up going into some lucet yarn because it's just not a whole lot. That seems to be like my go-to scrap project is lucet yarn. So there's that. Let's see. Then we've got this. Boop. Whoa. This is going to be doll hair. So we're going to actually put this off to the side because it already has a thing. This was for a project. So I was doing a gauge class, and the teacher was like, hey, I want you to work stuff up in a couple different ways so you can see the difference. And like, I understand that I understand the concept, so I don't need to do it. And eventually I will. I don't like this yarn, but I love this color. So I don't like pink or red or yellow. I do love green. So that is that. What else do we got here? These, I don't know what these are going to be. I might work them together. They might be part of some actual lucet yarn. And I want to clarify, when I say lucet yarn, I do mean yarn, but I also mean just lucet weaving, which is not the same thing, like end of purpose. So this is going to be a bag, tentatively. I'm working on a bag. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea because I feel like it's going to stretch more. I have 3 yards to skip, actually. And I feel that that's going to become a problem. If for some reason I start working this bag and it's just like, oh, no, no, no. What's going to happen is I'm going to turn it into a shawl, probably. And just go with it. I do like this color. It's very bright and obnoxious. Okay. Now, I'm going to skip a few and go back because... No, I won't. I'll do them in order. Okay. This is a yarn I bought purely because of the color. You see a running theme, right? Do we see a theme here? As far as the colors that I have a tendency to be drawn to. Purples, blues, green, watercolors. Ooh. So we've got some gray on the bottom. All three, these are mine. Forever and ever and ever. I'm going to turn them into Linus shawls because I feel like this is a good amount of yarn. So that's what these are going to be. I love the bright, rich colors that they are. So yeah, that's nice. All right. What else we got? Okay, so then we got these. These are discontinued. This was a powdery is the name of the yarn specific line. I don't know what these are going to be. I've got 2 skeins of each. I was thinking about doing something. My brain just stopped. I was thinking about doing a double knit with them. And just, this would be the 2 colors. I can't tell you what in the world I would do with it, but it could be double knit. But 2 skeins of each is not a whole lot. So, I don't know if that's going to work out. Really, really don't. Goodness gracious. I keep knocking stuff over. Then we've got this. This is leftovers from something. I really like this color. I think I could probably lucet weave that. It's like my answer to everything. Lucet weave it! What? Lucet weave it! And this also. I bought this because I really like the color. Again, with the purples and the blues and the, yeah. I see a pattern. And then this stuff is a more donation. It's just a little bit of brown. It might turn into a pom-pom, honestly. It's not a whole lot of yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So there we have it. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything else that I need to say? I'm going to share pictures of everything that I have something of already, which is going to be a couple of things. I skipped another one. You'll also see pictures of all the yarn. The Select Trend Deluxe I skipped too. I actually can't find it. I don't know where it is. And I emptied my yarn stash bags like 3 times. So I don't want to do it again. Let's see. The Karen I have worked. The darker orange homespun I've worked. The kind of autumny colors I've worked. So yeah, I'll show pictures of those things with the yarn. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay, my brain's like stopping. So, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any bulky yarn in your stash? What have you been using for? Do you have any of the yarns that I mentioned here? Do you have a favorite bulky yarn? You know, just tell me. I'd love to hear. You can drop a comment below. I love to read all of your comments and, you know, replies needed. And, that's pretty much it. So, remember, if you are watching this on YouTube, if you want to see all the pictures, you're going to have to hit that link at the very top, and it's going to send you over to Patreon, and you'll be able to scroll to your heart's content to, you'll get to see all the pictures that I've mentioned during this post. Remember that you can find me at Aradia's Hand and Denise Divine. Both of those websites are linked below, as are my favorite social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah, for everything. Instagram is my favorite place to hang out, so like, totally come over there. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe, so that you get notifications when I put more videos up. Let's see, what else? And consider, you know, whether you're watching this on Patreon, whether you're watching this on YouTube, whether you're watching this while you're on Mars. I mean, I don't know. Consider becoming a patron. You know, the more the merrier. And one of the goals this year is to grow the space and, you know, have a yay! A lot more going on there. Because, yeah. My brain is just kind of fried. I've been printing things all day. I'm doing math, so I think I've taxed my brain. I'm pretty sure I taxed my brain yesterday too. Like, I got to the point where I just could not anymore. And it's about to be stretched real thin this week because I'm last minute rearranging things that is going to be... It is just going to be a lot. So, on that note, tomorrow... What is tomorrow? It's Monday. I know it's Monday. But what am I doing tomorrow? Oh, let's see. What is the plan? Because you stay till the end of the video. That's what you get. I get to tell you. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're supposed to do our Monday motivation. That video and all the videos for probably the next 2 weeks are going to be recorded and posted later in the day. I don't know how much later in the day, but definitely later in the day. Mostly because I don't want interruptions or tiny voices in the background. And so that's what I'm going to have to do. So just be advised. That's going to happen. Don't worry about it. But yeah, heads up. All right. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to put this yarn away. Anywho's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Probably over-caffeinated. I think that's going to be the status of my brain all week, is going to be over caffeinated. So that is going to be loads of fun. This is me on caffeine. What? Fucking weirdo. This is me in desperate need of a haircut. I know, it's like feathers right now. Am I rocking my silver though? Yeah, hells to the yeah. I love it. That's it. I gotta go. Done. I was supposed to have a meetup, and that did not happen. Oops. It was a virtual meetup. Okay, look, coronavirus. Wash your hands! Yeah. There's evidence of me washing my hands because my hands are angry. Yay. Overwashing. Yay. Cold weather. Yay. So, while we're remembering to wash our hands, please don't forget to occasionally moisturize so that you don't kill the skin on your hands, because open sores aren't great and they hurt. So yeah, that's the thing that we're not talking about, right? Don't forget to moisturize. Yeah, and you don't need to slather on the lotion, okay? Just a little bit, especially around your cuticles, right? Keep those little bits healthy, or you'll regret it, because I know I am. So bad. Okay, I gotta go. I've got to go. I'm hitting that level of delirium, I think, where I'm rambly and weird. Wait a minute. I'm always rambly and weird. Never mind. But no, really. I gotta go. Okay. Toodles. I'll see you tomorrow.